All right, so I've been scouring the internet trying to figure out this Pearson rabbit request thing, and it seems like some people just get it really easily and some people don't. Um, Throughout my natural gameplay, I never ran into getting the quest by myself. It was only until I started trying to force the game to give it to me by riding in and out of camp like this. So the way it works is basically, so the stage for Pearson that you're waiting for him to get to is the one where he's drinking beer by the pot or like by the table. So basically, that's like the end of him cooking. He's sitting there drinking while he's waiting for the food to actually cook on the fire or whatever. So there's other stages that he goes through up until that point. And what I found that worked was that I'm leaving camp over and over, just waiting for him to get like, you know, to where he's actually cooking. Now I started at 8 a.m. I made a save before that and just started there. I think he ends up starting to cook around like 10 or something. Or no, I'm sorry. I started at 10 a.m. And started riding back and forth. Now, or no, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. It was 8. So I think he ends up starting to cook around 10. Um, and basically there's like four or so stages. There's one where he's like moving sacks around. There's one where he's cutting up a rabbit and putting in a bowl. There's one where he's chopping up the deer with a hacksaw. There's another one where he's cutting carrots. There's a couple stages. So like that's all of him like basically preparing the food, and then the beer stage is when he's done and he's waiting for the food to actually cook. So I ended up you can see I'm actually interacting with him while he's doing this. Like he'll stop like cutting and then actually cut the piece off and then he'll start talking to you and chop it up. So what I ended up doing was I would interact with him in all these like unique stages and then I would leave and then come back and get another stage. Um, so I think the reason some people have it easy doing this is because they throughout their gameplay they naturally like interacted with Pearson beforehand, getting him to trigger all these stages without like having to force it like this. See, now there's the other one where he's like doing the sacks or whatever. So I'm guessing like cause when you think about it, cause my normal gameplay when I'm playing naturally, like I would wake up in the morning at like what 7 or whatever, and then I would do the chores, and then I would like talk to a couple people and leave. And by that time, it was maybe like 9 or like 8:30 or something like that. So if he starts cooking around 10, I would have never really seen him during that time. You know what I mean? So because then I would always come back during the evening. So I wouldn't have like naturally triggered these things to happen. So I think the way it works is that you have to trigger these scenes, maybe not all at once, but maybe you have to see enough of the unique cooking scenes with him like in a row or something like that for it to actually trigger him like being done cooking, and then like from then on he'll just always be I don't know. I mean, this question is a handful, but you see there he's chopping the rabbit and putting it in the bowl. And yeah, I don't know. So, it looked like we were making progress at least. That was really all I was concerned with. Um, and it's really weird. Here at the end, I was actually just about to leave. There was a cut there because I was just looking at the pause menu researching, so I just cut it out. But what ends up happening is that Micah actually starts talking to me right as I'm about to leave. And I haven't left yet to like trigger a new cutscene with Pearson. But he ends up going to the beer stage while I'm still in camp talking to Micah, and I think that's just because the camera was focused away from Pearson, so like it'll like load him into another like stage while you're not looking. So I think that's what happened. Like you could probably trigger these different scenes possibly by like walking to where Mary Beth and like Karen are, to where like you won't physically be able to see Pearson's truck wagon. So you see, I was about to leave, and then I was like, "Wait, is Pearson standing over there?" So he ended up triggering the final cutscene or whatever while I was still in camp. So I finally get the quest here, and you can see now he's like standing there, like the pot's there, and I guess he's just like letting it all simmer or something, or he's just taking a break or something. So there you go. So then after this, I think is when he would pick up the pot and put it on the fire for it to actually cook and be ready to serve. I think he's just waiting to serve it. or something. But yeah, hopefully this will help some people. I haven't seen a video quite like this one, like kind of explaining it and showing it the way I've done it here. Or I've never even really heard a theory on how this worked. So anyway, hopefully that helped. Oh, and I also am doing this at the very end of chapter one. Like I only have John's mission left, and that's it. So you can do it at the end.